going on, guys? Hey, it is Anthony. Let's see it focus. And it is actually sunny here today, believe it or not. I just cleaned the Camaro. So we're gonna grab my cup of coffee, grab the keys, go grab those GoPros, and we're gonna go for a ride. I gotta go do a couple of things, but I thought, why not? I wanna get a couple of pictures of the Camaro, catch up with you guys, and let's go. Alright guys, so we just cleaned up the Camaro like I said. We're going out. It has been just cloudy and rainy and pretty much just crappy weather here in Alaska. The temperature's getting up, so that's nice. I mean, it's in its mid-50s. I've been obviously working on getting some parts for the new truck, and I've been cleaning up the garage, moving stuff around, getting rid of a bunch of older, crappy things. I do have a lot of cool stuff lined up for the Camaro that we're going to be doing here. As far as installs go, I was out of town. I was hoping to make it to a auto show that they had, and unfortunately I wasn't there. But we've got more to come. If it stays like this, where it's just cloudy but it's warm and it's not rainy and kind of crappy outside, hopefully I'll be getting out with the V-Rod here pretty quick. We've got installs and we've got a whole just huge lineup with stuff that we're going to be doing, not only to the Camaro, to the garage, to the truck. We've got some people that we got to meet up with that I keep kind of postponing just because the weather's crappy. I mean, I don't want to get out, set up a meeting with someone to go drive around with their car and bullshit and all of that if the weather's crap, because then it just doesn't come out right. So that's pretty much what's going on there. Camaro's doing great. We did get the oil changed, and I just obviously cleaned it up as I told you guys. It has been also really freaking windy here, which is not very cool to be doing pretty much anything. I'm actually on my way to go to Sportsman's Warehouse. I'm going to go look at some Target stands. I'm going to be shooting some videos for the Wrenched Out Experiment, which is kind of the brother channel to the Wrenched Out Garage. So I'm going to go look there, and I thought, why not throw together a garage talk. Now, a couple of cool things as far as Camaros go. Just a couple of teasers and a couple of things you guys should probably look into. Check out 6LE Designs. I know you guys have seen, and I've talked a lot about those guys. I'm going to put a link down below for their website. They are getting some of their new products. They're in stock, which means that you guys should be able to get them if you're interested in their products. Also check out C7 Carbon. They're the company that have the side skirts and the front splitter, both ZL1 kind of replicas or their renditions of them. Excellent fit. I did install videos on those if you guys are interested in that as well. Outside of that, obviously there's a lot of new Camaro 6.5 or whatever you want to call it, Camaro refresh questions coming out. I was on Facebook and a guy was asking if the new taillights would fit on the older Camaro. I mean, as you look at the photos, clearly there's a rear fascia difference, so I would assume that at minimum it would have to be a new rear fascia or rear bumper, and then you could probably adapt over, but I don't, who knows what the buckets look like, the inside buckets, and who knows what other parts are interchangeable. Is the front bumper interchangeable? Can you do a front end swap with the lights and all of that stuff? I think that's to be determined. I'm sure somebody or somebody's is already planning on doing all of that stuff, and then you've got like a I'm sure that GM's parts guy is already at the bit to try to figure out what the parts are as soon as the car's fully released and they start coming out. So that's, you know, it's kind of exciting, just because hopefully some of the parts do kind of cross over. That's always kind of cool, especially if it's something that, you know, if you got a Camaro and you want something like that, you want the taillights, and all you need to do is just switch the bumper or whatever it may be. That's always kind of a cool thing, because then you're going to see some guys doing mixtures between the 6 and the 6.5 as far as parts and all of that. It's always, I don't know, I think it's still pretty cool. Plus, there's still a lot of guys that are in design and still working on a lot of the stuff just for the regular 6th gen as far as parts go. So, you know, who knows? Pretty interesting stuff, though. If you guys haven't seen any of the information on the 6th gen or 6.5 gen with the refresh, make sure I did a video on it. A lot of other guys did videos on it. Lethal Camaro did a really good video. Check that out. You know, it is pretty cool to see what GM is doing, or, you know, really why they're doing it. I don't know. Kind of interesting. As far as Garage Talk goes, I'm really trying like heck to get and hit the goal of 2 videos a week. It'll be, again, an assortment in the beginning here of anywhere from, you know, like this video right now, to where I'm jumping in the car talking about a couple of cool things, you know, to full-blown videos, installs, whatever it may be, but or tips and tricks or whatever. So we're still continuing to build this. I absolutely I'm falling in love with doing this Garage Talk stuff. You know, obviously the installs and stuff I love doing as well, but it kind of lets me do talk about cars, talk about the truck, talk about the motorcycle, and talk about stuff I just generally like talking about. With that, hey, if you guys got comments or are interested in me talking about a subject, or maybe even if you want me to review your car, you know, just drop a comment down below. You can get a hold of me at admin@wrenchedoutexperiment.com. That's kind of the business email between this and the Wrenched Out Experiment. So, you know, shoot us a comment, shoot us something, and I'd be more than happy to at least drop a line back or whatever it may be. So that is what's going on. Oh, I just passed a 350Z. He's speeding up. Oh, he's speeding up. Here we go. That's the wonders of these fun cars. Yeah, that guy's pretty serious over there. Little red Z. I'm sure you guys can't see it. Maybe you can can't see it in this camera. Go on the highway. Go on the... Not a chance, dude. That's funny. Yeah, that guy had no chance. He was way behind me, and I was just sitting in fourth. It's quick, but not this quick. Sorry for that brief intermission. Yeah, I wanted to play around. Mr. Serious Face. That's a funny thing about a Camaro or a Mustang or whatever it is you have. I constantly get pulled up on, I don't know if it's Alaska or wherever, but people kind of roll up on you and then they want to do whatever. I don't mind playing around a little bit. You know, I do try to watch the speed. I don't want to endanger myself, the car, or anybody around me. I know it's kind of a safety, kind of a bullshit thing to say, but I do love driving the car, and I will drive the shit out of the car, of course, but it's been funny. Obviously, there's plenty of cars that can beat this because this is relatively stock. I got an intake, which arguably does what? I don't, you know, I'm not sure. K&N says their thing. A lot of other guys say whatever, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's pushing relatively close to stock, and there's nothing wrong with stock as far as the performance goes in this car by any means, especially when you're talking about, you know, I don't know if that guy had anything tuned in his car, but most of the time, the majority of people don't have a built-up car. They have a stock car, intake, exhaust, maybe a program, maybe. So playing around is a little bit more legit. You know, if I had a Whipple Charger or turbo or whatever, then it would be a completely different game. It'd be a hard charge. You know, it wouldn't be, to me, it wouldn't be as fun kind of screwing around or whatever. But as far as Garage Talk goes, guys, I think we'll, you know, wrap it up with a short one there. We do, again, I have a lot of cool plans. I got parts on order for the Camaro. New spoiler, new diffuser. I've got a handful of other parts hopefully coming in. Because we are in Alaska, A, it's hard to get parts shipped here. B, it's expensive as shit to get them shipped here. And then I'll just throw a C in there. It's if you can even get them shipped here at all, because that's always kind of the hardship with being here. So, and it also adds, depending on what it is you ordered or whatever you have coming, will take weeks or months at a time. So it's kind of a funny deal on how all of that works. Next time somebody pulls up, I'll switch the cameras around. That was kind of my bad. Just because these are all suction cup. I should have grabbed one out there and shot it a little bit better. So you could see the guy was clearly in play mode, but I smiled, looked over, I was going to wave at him or whatever, but he apparently had serious face on, which is still funny to me. But we'll just leave it there, guys. As I said, I'm on my way to go hopefully grab some Target stands, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So we'll just leave it at that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this week's Garage Talk. We just kind of did a catch-up video. Told you guys some of the parts we got coming in. Make sure to check out that 6.5 refresh video. As I'm sure here, toward the end of this year, turn of the year here, we'll see more and more pictures, videos, so forth and so on, of some of the subtle differences, and if there is major differences between those cars and and obviously the standard 6th gen. And then, of course, what are you guys doing to your Camaro or car or your garage? I'm always interested. Let's start the conversations as we are still building and getting everything going here. I'm really hopeful it doesn't rain. So thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you guys in the next Garage Talk video. Until then, hey, drive safe or ride safe. We'll see you then.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.